Ugh. It was like a few days ago. Seeing the title card for the new World Darkness um, news video thing. Vampires in Love. Give me a break. Here's the thing. This is one of the gripes I have with Fifth Ed anything. If you want to do a romance arc, make it optional. I.e., ask your players if they would be interested in doing that type of storyline. If yes, work out between the player and the DM storyteller or player in question. And call it a day. Where my gripe is, so we keep making an actual dice mechanics. I know I had a few people telling me, I was like, well, it's optional. I'm like, yeah, it may be optional, but what about the weird weirdos who are like, no, it's a mechanic. We have to play that. Case in point, uh, going back to Super Wiener Juniors, the Strixhaven prom rules. If there was ever a setting where it's like I can say is like my hatred got cemented, it's Strixhaven. And their whole thing was like, oh, we can go to oh, it was like we're out of school, we can go to the prom. Newsflash: prom's not all that cracked up to be. I know I didn't want to go to my prom. My mom made me go to prom. I could probably argue my junior prom was better than my senior prom because it had better catering. You know, anything memorable my senior prom is I got to go to Bass Pro, the new built on section to Bass Pro HQ. I could have went. I was perfectly fine going without because I ain't getting a date. Not out of like a trying, but I was like one of the biggest nerds in high school. When I got rolling, like when I actually did play Super when he had juniors, and yes, I did. I didn't formulate my opinion just from second hand anecdote. I had a DM who it was like the DM attempted to pitch a romance subplot. To his credit, it was a subplot, and it was actually optional. where I had my problem with that one was it was a gay romance subplot, which I wasn't interested in. And I was like, I'm straight, and I even told my DM, I was like, I'm sorry, I was like, I'm a straight guy. I usually run my characters straight more out of I don't care about romance, and he was cool with it. I think I'm thinking because there were two ladies with us, formerly three. One of them was best friends with the Catfolk Warlock that was still with the group, and she wasn't able to continue on with schoolwork, which is understandable. There was the aforementioned Catfolk Warlock and the DM's wife, who was playing a elf monk, and she was actually with my character because we were doing an investigation around town. One of them two probably would have came up to the DM after I left because I was usually like once I'm done, so I'll get everything packed up, say my goodbyes, and head out the door. And also was the one that had the least interaction with the DM because I was pretty much outside of like I'm running late or what was your address? What was the address again? Because they had a tendency to move around. That it was probably pitched either by the DM's wife or the Catfolk Warlock, and I'm gonna bet uh, save money that was the Catfolk Warlock because she was your stereotypical Super Wing Hunt Juniors player. Head shaved to one side. Does the copy paste art star, which to her credit, she did regular show, not Steven Universe. Which I caught that in, and she had a little doodle that had immediately had made of her character screaming, and I had a good chuckle. And she also had a friend with her that was very suspiciously more than. But again, it's like whenever I play an RPG, romance when it comes to my characters runs roughly around 100th because I am my characters there for the heroic, depending on the setting, the heroics, the doing dares in the name of dare doing, the intrigue, seeing where my character can go, and even see and if I'm lucky enough, see what sort of stuff that my characters would have inspired. And another DM is actually a former friend of mine. Former friend had seen he passed away about 3 years ago. But I'll give him this. He caught. I even told. I didn't tell him that much. I think he caught the hint that I was like, I'm not about the. And when it comes to my playing game, I'm not about romancing. I'm here. My character's here to do the job, and we'll do that job. I'll help. I'll pitch in where I can. I'll help where I can. I'll advise. me actively seeking out a relationship. Not even. So whenever he actually does get like one of my characters in a relationship, he usually tends to be off screen, which is one of those things I'm like, it was like, thank God. I was like, I don't mind. I was like, I don't mind, because at least like, as long as you're understanding that it's like I may not be able to act like, I'll at least play along for like the little bit of what is required, but not actively pursue. Because there might be those instances that where I'm like, no, I'm not feeling it, or be more out of I'd like to, but I'm on the clock. And again, I never needed any dice mechanics to see where things went. As like with my friend, he knew a better idea how it would advance without my like me actively putting in my character would do blah blah blah. But this is where I get most annoyed. Is with the people that wants to make it a mechanic. I was like, I will do everything in my power not partake in any romance. I don't care how innocent, I don't care how perverted. I am not there to be a part of some love triangle that A, I'm not interested in, and B, more than likely I might start stacking up bodies. If you be so kind, don't make it a mechanic. It is a storytelling element. Let the DM and the player work it out.